An economic collapse is now officially knocking at the door. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Hope you're doing great. Buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. An economic collapse is officially knocking at the door. No, Scott, you're just stirring the pot, that you're one of the Crash Bro partners. No, I am not. I'm a level-headed realist, temperature checking and heat mapping everything I can to make sure you guys are safe. I've lived through the 2008 bust. I drank some of the Kool-Aid. I came back. I learned my lessons. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. If I was to go drink the economic Kool-Aid in this one, it would be a form of insanity. I would much rather play it safe. And any time you see a casino climate ushered in artificially with no organic growth, and now you see the clear and present dangers that we're now navigating through. Unfortunately, most people, and we're going to take a look today, what's going on outside your back door? And most people are driving around so clueless, swiping on their phones, creating TikToks, realtors creating TikToks of their listings. This has become this is the byproduct of a housing bubble. When it's okay to take somebody's biggest purchase or sale or investment that they can achieve and put it as an episode of TikTok for you to act like an idiot, basically. And we're encouraging this in brokerages all across America. You guys got to be on social media and this is our algorithm. No! You are about ready to see the biggest shift ever witnessed in human history. But that aside, since the waters we're swimming in now, we live in a TikTok, Instagram, real nation. And in the real estate industry wants you to market and let them market and play with your house and make it into a big funny joke. Zillow wanted to make it as easy as clicking a button to buy and sell houses. Are you kidding me? The affordability index is a runaway trend. We've hit the breaking point, and here's why. Runaway inflation and a risen interest rate environment, ice water onto the industry. It's now just got one thing left to do, to recalibrate itself. And it will. Make no mistake about that. You're just at the top of a bubble that's reversing course. But we've got a lot of stimulus that has to be removed from the economy. And it's being removed in spectacular fashion. So make no mistake about it. Correction, recession, depression. Those are the three levels of an economic downturn. In 2008, we had a recessionary level. We're in a correction right now, friends. So make no mistake about that. But here's the bigger one. We're going to take a look at another mall today that I just ran across on a road trip. Of course, I had to pull out the old camera to drive these points home. Plus, it's kind of fun and entertaining and educational. And that's always been the purpose of the show. But this is the scary part for me. I remember in 2008, I could still go down to the mall and the anchor stores and the big box stores were still there doing. They're not right now. That's strange. Whatever. Let's go over and get a Starbucks and stand in line for a blended mocha. No, this is the people are driving off a cliff as they're in line for their Starbucks blended mocha to put it on a credit card. Carrying credit card debt at an all-time, never seen before high. U.S. savings rate at an all-time low. U.S. loan applications at an all-time low. Go on and on and on. Throw that dart out there. You're going to hit something that's threatening the economy. But today, what I really wanted to do to drive this point home is look at the malls, the commercial property. There is a big commercial black swan swirling out there. Major issues for malls all across America. They are not sustaining themselves. They are turning into virtual ghost towns. This one's one hiccup away from being absolutely just a complete ghost town. I walked through this place and I was like, why even open it up? Why even open up the mall when you have no customers and you're at 50% occupancy at best? And then the stores that are in there aren't even normal chain stores anymore. There's somebody probably getting free rents. And I have this happening in my town, but now I'm just seeing it all over. Are you seeing that in your town? Leave it in the comments below. But today, to bring a little color to the video and to drive these points home, let's jump out and take a look at a local California mall, how they're behaving to see if there's anything here to see or not. Then we're going to meet back here, wrap this one up. Let's get started. All right, friends, buckle up, strap in, roll up your windows, lock your doors, maybe even put on that economic face mask if you still have one. We're going to check out the health and the fitness of the United States local economies all across the nation. Throw a dart at an economic challenge map and we're going to hit a mall behaving just like this one's. And this is mall is the backbone of the local economy. And this is not a good look. Somebody owns this building. When you have this type of vacancy rate occurring, you're in bankruptcy risk, foreclosure risk. Make no mistake about it. And as we continue to read about the companies continuing to shut their doors, lay people off, this in fact is the byproduct of it. But most people have no idea of what we're talking about. Until it visits their pocketbook, they have no idea what's right around the corner. But one of the things I found super interesting about this mall, they continue to try. They keep the doors open. I don't know if they're making their payments to the bank. I'm sure the tenants aren't making their payments to the landlord. This is a big ticking time bomb, clearly. And people are just meandering around. They're afraid to shop. Why? It's like when I hold the open house. If nobody shows up to my open house, I'm probably not getting an offer. And you still see one thing occurring even in this city. Their local real estate. I visited an open house. It had a huge turnout. Why? Because there's a lack of inventory. It created FOMO. People were buying houses that have no reason to be getting sold. Total junk going at bubble pricing. That air will come out of the balloon. Why, you ask? Well, of course, I'm going to tell you. Because what we're looking at today in this mall is a forward indicator of what's going to happen potentially to the U.S. housing market. It's going to have a trickle-down effect, but we are now in the trickle-down effect cycle. These are the things that the lagging data just won't give you a read on in terms of the health and the fitness of the local real estate market. The realities are this: the U.S. housing market overheated the biggest of all asset classes. And because the U.S. housing market is, in fact, the biggest of all asset classes, it's going to take a while for the air to leave that bubble. And because it was market manipulation, a casino climate, a money dump, no organic growth that propped up that market, of course, it's going to take quite a while for the air to come out of that balloon. But this is the balloon right here, my friends. You are seeing the air coming out of the balloon. I want to congratulate each and every person watching today, because most people are clueless of what's unfolding right in front of us. It's only because probably I've lived through a boom and a bust cycle before, the biggest bubble on record before this one came along, the 2008 era bubble, that gave me the forward thinking, the intuition, the temperature check to understand the waters we're swimming in now are clearly much more shark infested than what we had in 2008. So when I see cheerleading real estate professionals trying to paint this picture based on, oh, I had a big turnout at an open house this weekend, I just sold another property at or around its asking price, or maybe even had multiple over asking price offers, are you not going to your local malls? Of course not. Most of the industry is in big, big trouble. I talk to agents every day. Just recently, I was talking to one, letting him know politely of the economic headwinds that we're currently facing. And it was like talking to a blank wall. They just went blank, tuned me right out, and went right back to sugarcoating it. They will be a deer in the headlights. I would rather sacrifice a sale now and earn people's business later if I had to. I will sleep so much better at night knowing I did that. And if I'm showing you property that pencils out your cost to carry within its rent range, that's the only safety you're going to get in this current economic climate. But here you go, another massive store shutting down on a beautiful day, taking its big, ugly bite right out of the economy. This local mall also, here you go, even their security vehicles broken down in horrible, horrible shape. And this is it, my friends. When your mall has big, we're not talking 100 square feet. We're not talking 1,000 square feet. We're talking hundreds of thousands of empty square feet sucking air. This is, in fact, what's knocking at the door currently with our economy. It's better to be prepared for something to have not happen than have something happen and not be prepared. Unfortunately, most people driving around are completely clueless of these forward indicators, these warning signs that we're looking at today. So I want to continue to urge people to understand that. Look around. Read between the lines. Are you seeing a lot of for lease signs? Are you seeing a lot of retail environments sucking air? This will have a trickle down effect. Why? Because we're at the front end of this. We're just entering the vortex. So let's jump back to the studio so we can wrap this one up. Let's get back. All right, friends, welcome back. So there you go. The health and the fitness of our economy, the backbone of our economy is the consumer. Where are the consumers in this mall? They're not there. This place was a behemoth mall, a massive one, and big stores and little are dropping like flies. And let me just tell you, friends, I don't see all of a sudden these things getting leased overnight. No, no, no. And here's why. A lot of these malls have to fetch a certain amount of rents just to make it pencil out for them. And if people aren't willing to pay those types of rents, which clearly they're not, hundreds of thousands of square feet empty. I'm not talking a few thousand square feet, hundreds of thousands of square feet sucking air in spectacular fashion. And this is an eyesore for your mall. If you have one big box or anchor store missing from your mall, that is a red flag, an eyesore. When you walk through the mall, and most of the stores have their security bars pulled shut, that's not a good environment. When you see the people standing around like a deer in the headlights that are in the mall, not wanting to spend the money because they see nobody else spending money, that's where you read between the lines and look between the economic cracks. It's like when I tell you I hold an open house. I always find out who my competition is and I beat them. I get everybody over to my open house because when you see a bunch of people walking around the open house, if you're touring as well, you're like, wow, people, this is getting a lot of interest. We better come out swinging with a decent offer. If I walk in an open house because I held the open house way above its value range, who's going to race over to see a house that's way above its value? Nobody. And if they do, they're going to be like crickets. If I throw this people an offer, it's going to be a low. That's why we always read between the lines and look between the cracks. We're going to continue to do that moving forward as we examine properties. Price history, when did they buy? How long was their property description? Are they desperate? Where did they price? A lot of things to look at when we examine properties. But today, this was an opportunity really to drive our point home because I want you to know what's knocking at the door right now. Clearly, recessionary times are amongst us. Whatever reason, election year probably or something, it's not being announced. Whatever we need to do to redefine the definition of recession so we don't have to admit official recession, I think what we looked at today admits official recession. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a real estate guy who wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. They're shark infested. We're looking at the knockout blow, the vortex, the perfect storm swirling around out there. It's better to be awake right now. It's better to be prepared right now and have something not happen than have something happen and not be prepared. Millions, the majority of Americans, my guess is 95% are not prepared for what we talked about today. What's the worst that could happen to you if you insulated yourself and prepared for economic down times? Not much. You had a bunch of money. Oh, but Scott, I didn't buy at the height of the bubble and the low interest. Okay, well, you got me there. Maybe you're going to thank me for that later. These are the waters we're now swimming in. Read between the lines and look between the economic cracks and understand the waters. It's right outside your back door. Understand all local real estate and economies are going to behave differently. Some will be the first to get hit, maybe the first to rebound. Some will get hit. Everybody's going to get hit differently. It's not a clean, sweep, blanket crash. It's going to migrate around, and it's clearly started. The fuse has been lit, and that's why I'll be here to bell, sound the alarm, read between the lines, and look between the economic cracks every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. If you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.